No greetings, no introductions. Just a question. How do you cripple a nation's long-range strike capability in a single night? That is exactly what Russia claims to have done in Donetsk Oblast. An Iskander-M ballistic missile, loaded with a cluster warhead, slammed into a Ukrainian drone launch site near the village of Iverskoye. The outcome, according to Moscow, dozens of Ukrainian soldiers killed, convoys of trucks reduced to twisted metal, and nearly 100 long-range drones obliterated before they could ever leave the ground. The strike unfolded in the late hours of August 16th into the 17th, 2025. Russian surveillance drones spotted unusual activity, trucks arriving in open field, troops unloading equipment, and rows of unmanned aircraft positioned for launch. Moments later, an Iskander-M tore across the sky. The first blast scattered submunitions over the vehicles and personnel. Then came the second strike, landing directly in the center of the launch site. Flames spread instantly. Secondary explosions lit up the night. What was once a quiet staging ground became a sea of fire in seconds. Russia immediately declared the attack a success. According to their Ministry of Defense, nearly 40 Ukrainian soldiers were killed or wounded, 16 logistical trucks were destroyed, and up to 100 drones were wiped out, including the UJ-22 Airborne and the Palianytsia. The UJ-22 is a small, propeller-driven aircraft with a range of more than 500 miles, often used by Ukraine as a kamikaze drone capable of striking deep inside Russian territory. The Palianytsia is even more ambitious, a jet-powered drone that resembles a miniature cruise missile with a range stretching between 300 and 400 miles. Both systems represent Ukraine's attempt to project power far beyond the front line. If Moscow's claims are true, then Kyiv lost a significant portion of its long-range strike force in just one night. But the story is far from clear. Ukraine did acknowledge the strike, admitting that Russia launched waves of Shahed drones along with a single Iskander missile that broke through their air defenses. Yet they offered no confirmation of losses. No statement about dozens of soldiers dead, no admission of 100 drones destroyed, no acknowledgement of trucks reduced to rubble. Independent media outlets in Ukraine reported that several facilities were hit, but left out the details. And here lies the contradiction. Even after the so-called disaster at Iverskoye, Ukraine continued to launch drones against Russian air bases, depots, and power facilities in the following days. If 100 drones were truly destroyed in that field, how were they still able to strike so quickly afterward? The Iverskoye strike was not an isolated incident. For months, Russia has been hammering away at Ukraine's drone infrastructure. In Dnipro and Kharkiv, missiles targeted workshops, fuel depots, and electronic factories that Moscow branded the drone capital of Ukraine. In Chernihiv, an Iskander strike tore through a training center, killing and wounding dozens of soldiers. The pattern is unmistakable. Russia is not only trying to shoot drones out of the sky, it is hunting them on the ground, along with the fuel, the factories, and the operators who make them possible. This is the reality of modern war. It is no longer decided solely by tanks rumbling across the battlefield or fighter jets soaring above the front lines. It is increasingly determined by unmanned aircraft, by precision missiles, and by real-time intelligence. Russia bets on the Iskander, armed with cluster warheads. Ukraine places its hopes on the UJ-22 and the Palianytsia. It is a duel without pause, a contest of speed, concealment, and survival. And both sides know that whoever dominates the drone war may very well dictate the future of the conflict. So the question remains, did Russia truly destroy 100 drones in Iverskoye? Or is this simply another chapter in a propaganda war designed to shape perception more than reality? What is certain is this: the drone war is far from over, and the clash between precision missiles and long-range drones will continue to define the battles to come. This content is created solely for educational and informational purposes. It is intended to provide insights based on verified data, credible sources, and careful analysis. Our goal is to foster a deeper understanding of modern military technology and current events, not to promote or endorse any form of conflict, propaganda, or political agenda. We strictly oppose the spread of misinformation and hoaxes. Every piece of information presented has been carefully sourced from reliable, publicly available references. We encourage viewers to approach the topic with critical thinking and respect for all sides involved, maintaining a focus on knowledge sharing and open discussion.